So this is July 4th, 2024. Justin Higner reporting as town historian. And just here to do a quick review of the last days of this Department of Public Works culvert that supports Ward Road going onto Niagara Falls Boulevard. And it trends from north to south. And it runs right next to the historic Mahler's General Store, or at least this is part of it right there. Within the complex is still original, dating back to 1880 to 1870, maybe even a little before that. And the rest of it was built onto it during a reconstruction in 2000-2001 as JT Wheatfields at that time. So here we have Sawyer's Creek that runs from east to west and is being blocked off with a cofferdam. And the cofferdam holds back the majority of the water, and whatever comes through yet is temporarily pumped out and diverted around to allow for a dry, more or less, bed from which to work on removing the culvert. Once the culvert is removed, a newer version of it will be put in place that will be wider and better to accommodate the kind of traffic that goes around through here today. The culvert itself is a legacy of the Department of Public Works of New York State and was probably put in place around 1940, 45, something like that, in that era of public works. And this is one of any number of different designs that were constructed and implemented, not just here, but in other parts of the country, where the old rickety bridges needed newer standardization. Before that time, the bridges were built according to, private industry. And as we go along right here, we can see a couple of details associated with the Department of Public Works that put this together. Before that, though, you can see the sidewalk here, which was part of the culvert and was anticipatory of sidewalk development in this town. It was assumed that sidewalks would eventually be done to meet these. But of course, we never had sidewalks along Ward Road, so that never happened. Here we have a seal of New York State, right there, Excelsior, and down below, actually behind these later guardrails, which were in place by the 1980s or early 90s, we see DPW in letter form and registry numbers of some sort. DPW as in Department of Public Works. And that is the stamp of approval for this bridge. And there's the other part of it over there. And so this intersection's been needing a redo for quite some time, and I'm glad it's getting it. But we will still very much miss this little bridge, which has been with us for a very, very long time as it is. Crossing it, we see the other side. Now, as we look at this too, we get a glimpse of a couple of other details here. You got these iron rings here, which were used to probably not only install this part of the bridge, but also to connect to different guardrail bits that might have actually predated these other railings here before these ones were put in. So that about does it. Not much more than a piece of infrastructure, but it's done its job very well for a long, long time, and hopefully it will continue to be remembered a little bit. Just happy enough the work's getting done. And thanks very much also to the hard-working crew and the construction departments responsible for putting this together, the New York State Department of Transportation, etc. Very much thank you for doing this. Be safe, God bless, and have a great 4th of July, everybody.